All right, you guys ready?
I'll let them in if y'all ready.
Let's do this. Hello, everyone. I see Matthew. That looks like a Minecraft thing. All right, we've got some folks coming in. So good evening, everyone. We're gonna take a minute or so here and let folks come through. If you want, you can unmute yourself and just give a shout out and say hello, and we're gonna have a really fun time tonight. I see Caitlin. I see iPhone. I see Essence. How we doing out there, everyone? Kimberly, is there any way we can like unmute folks?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing out there?
Good. This is Trey Pendleton.
Oh, nice to meet you, Trey. Welcome tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. Hi, Angela. How are you?
I know him. Who is it?
Wow.
Pendleton. Hey, Amaya.
Awesome.
Did you have a class with Trey Pendleton at oh my God, you can hear me talking.
Trey, apparently you're a rock star and everybody knows you. You're the man, Trey. You're the man.
You know how to change your name from iPhone to Trey?
Let me see.
I see Matthew out there. It looks like he's out and he got some woods around him.
Trey, it's the little 3 buttons at the top right. You'll see, and you can go and change your name, rename yourself.
Okay. You said it's in top right.
Correct.
All right.
Anthony, and how you doing out there, Essence?
Oh, I'm good.
Good to have you tonight. Let's see, we got a couple of folks still trying to connect. Let's make sure Megan gets in. Got Megan trying to connect here, and I think once Megan gets connected, we're gonna kick off this.
Here you go.
Did you guys have a good holiday weekend?
Yes, sir.
Well, very good. Well, Megan's trying. I think, Kimberly, are you ready?
I'm ready when you're ready.
Brittany, Ryan, Karen, Mark, are you ready? How about Deanne?
We are ready.
Donna, you ready?
Yes.
Good stuff. Well, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Welcome, everyone. We're really glad. Oh, we got 3 more people coming in. Very cool. We'll let those in. We've got Victor here. Wow. All right. We got some folks coming in. Started. Everybody, when they come in, they can feel free to jump right into where we are. So, well, welcome everyone. My name is Michael Ferris. I'm the Dean of Enrollment Management here at CVCC. And I gotta say, on behalf of everybody on this big screen here, we are so excited to have you all here. What an amazing time this has been, over the last few months. How many recent high school grads do we have on the call tonight? If you want to raise your hand. You guys just get yourself graduated? Awesome. Well, congratulations. It's very good. We're so happy to have you all here. We do this, just so y'all know, we do this a couple of nights a week. And really why we do this is, simply put, we love our students. We love our community. And we love being able to help in every way we can. And I think this is kind of proof positive of our commitment to you all. We will be going through all things CVCC, how to get started, how to get financial aid, what kind of classes you need to take, and what kind of programs we have to offer. So we've got a great team of people that are super excited to just talk with you about what it is that they do and what their areas are about. And I think more importantly than what we have to say, and I think you'll get a sense of that as we go along, is we want to hear from you. We love questions. We love questions. So keep that in mind as we go through this. I'm going to go ahead and get us kicked off here. I'm going to introduce you to someone by the name of Kimberly French. She is our first year programs coordinator. And what she's going to do is she's going to kind of go over the ground rules of how this Zoom thing works. And then I think she's got a quick poll that we want to give to you guys and get some feedback on. So Kimberly, if you want to kick us off, it'd be great.
Sure. Hi, everyone. It's so great to see everyone on the call tonight, and thank you for being with us. We're excited to have you and to tell you a little bit about CVCC and what we have to offer for you. I will like to tell you a little bit about the ground rules. If you look down at the bottom of your screen, you'll see where it says participants. If you click on it, if you want to raise your hand, feel free to raise your hand to ask a question. Over to the right, you'll see something that's called reactions. If you like something, you can give a thumbs up, or you can do a clap if you think something's really good that you hear. Feel free to do that. Also, the chat feature at the very bottom. In the chat feature, if you have any questions during any of the presentations, feel free to write a question in there. We'll answer them in between some of the presentations, or we'll do it at the very end in the Q&A. So feel free to do that. Now, I want to get your engagement on something. I want to ask you a question of how you found out about tonight. So I'm going to go into a quick poll for you. I'm going to launch this. And how did you hear about the information session? If you would take just a minute to go through and check how you heard about this. All right, I'm going to end it, and I'm going to show you the results. So when you look at the results, you can see that the majority of you received a text message, and then the other ones of you also received an email. So you either received an email or text message about tonight. So thank you for sharing that. And I do want to just let you know, when any of these quick polls that I do tonight, they are anonymous, so I have no idea who is answering them. So feel free to be honest when you're doing the responses for those for us as well. So thank you very much. And I'm going to hand it over now to Karen Alexander, our college registrar.
Okay, thank you, Kim. And welcome, everyone. We are always so happy to speak with groups of students like this and incoming students. So thank you all for coming tonight. What I want to talk to you a little bit about is just the application process and how you get started. Now, some of you out there possibly are current dual enrollment students with us or have taken dual enrollment classes in the past. And if you have done so within the past 3 years, then this first step won't apply to you. And that step is applying to the college. So if you've already done your application or you're already taking dual enrollment classes, then you are already in the system. You are CVCC students. If you have not yet done that, it's very easy to do. All you have to do is go to our website, click on the admissions link and click on apply. It takes like only 5 to 10 minutes to do the application. Once you do, you will receive a confirmation on your screen that will welcome you to CVCC, and you are an admitted student at that point. It's that easy. Now, if any of you are current dual enrollment students, we have our dual enrollment coordinator on the line with us tonight, Donna Grant Page. You see her waving right there. So she will be around to the end as well, as will all of us, to answer any questions you may have. So once your application is on, I just want to tell you a few quick things you can do. You'll hear from our college navigators advisors today too about how to get signed up for classes. But a couple things you can check are just to see if you have any holds that show up on your account, anything you might need to contact us to get addressed. You want to look to see if you are coded as in-state or out-of-state for tuition purposes. The in-state tuition rate is the best available tuition rate. That is a privilege reserved only for full-time Virginia residents who have been here for at least 1 year. So if you have resided in Virginia, you feel this should apply to you, and you have it coded any other way, it's an easy appeal process. You can just contact the Admissions and Records Office. We can help you get that resolved, and that will take one step out of the way and get you ready to get started. Now, a couple other things I want to address really quickly are, first of all, your My CVCC account. If you click on our website in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see My CVCC. If you click there, that will take you into your student account. This is where you will see what classes you're registered for, where you'll be able to actually register for your own courses. And you can click there to request transcripts, see your course history. This is your student account. So if you've not yet set that up, just go ahead and click there, set up your account for the first time. There will be some username and password information that you'll set up so you can easily retrieve your password in the future. So that will get you set up on your student account. Finally, your student email address. That is going to come after you have registered for your classes. So if you've already taken dual enrollment classes, you likely already have access to your CVCC email. This is the email account we use when we communicate with students. If you do not have that yet and you're trying to get registered for your first classes, that's wonderful. You can use your personal email until we have that set up for you. And speaking of registration, which we'll talk about, we are currently in our summer semester. We'll have some 5-week 2 classes coming up later on if you're really eager to get started as quickly as possible. And then we're also registering for our fall term, which will begin in August. So I hope we answer all your questions as we go through the evening, and we'll talk about all the process. But that's it for the admissions process for now. I just want to pass it over. One other thing I'll say is if you have transcripts, high school or any other colleges coming in for transfer credit to be evaluated, go ahead and submit that as well. Turn those in to us. We are accepting electronic and mailed transcripts, and we're processing those daily. So even though we're in a virtual environment, that service has not changed. So I'll pass you on so you can hear from all the other presenters, and you can learn how we are going to help you out, even whether we're face-to-face or in the remote environment. So next up for you tonight is Ryan McNamara. He is our Financial Aid Director, and he is going to talk to you about the FAFSA and affording college.
Great. Thank you, Karen. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this call. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you're able to take an hour out of your day so that you can learn more about CVCC. I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to go through a quick PowerPoint together, and hopefully that way visual sometimes is better for me, so hopefully it will help you guys. First, welcome and congratulations. Congratulations for where you are in your educational career. Many of you may have just graduated from high school or will be graduating this weekend. Congratulations, and you're ready for your next step. And so we are hoping that CVCC is that next step for you, and we want to show you right now how we can help you financially make it a possibility for you. All right. So first thing, how to pay for college. As Karen had mentioned, she already talked about step 1, which is apply for admission. So hopefully you've already done that. If you have not, now's your time to do that. The second step is to apply for financial aid. And how do you do that? You complete or submit the FAFSA. The FAFSA is the federal application for student aid. It's free, doesn't cost anything. If you go to fafsa.gov, that's the website. Do not go to fafsa.com or fafsa.org. Those places are going to charge you for the same thing that you can do for free. All right, so make sure you go to fafsa.gov to submit the FAFSA. If you have any questions on it or if you need help, our financial aid office is available to help you. We can either talk to you over the phone or do a Zoom call just like we're doing right now. But we're there to help you to be able to submit the FAFSA. So how much does CVCC cost? There are the rates for you on your screen. As Karen had mentioned, the in-state tuition rate, if you are a Virginia resident, it's $161 per credit hour. So to give you an idea, if you're enrolled full-time, which is at least 12 credit hours, it would be $161 times 12. So that gives you an idea of what the tuition and fee rate will be. So that's the one part. That's the charges. So how do we pay for that? Again, I had mentioned the FAFSA. So if you're planning to enroll this upcoming fall for the August timeframe, you want to complete the 2020-21 FAFSA. Again, the website is fafsa.gov. You need to create a federal student aid ID. And if you are under the age of 24, you will need a parent to also create a user name and password, because students under 24, a parent is required to sign and submit the FAFSA along with you. And then one thing just is an important side note: if we in the financial aid office request documents from you, either a form we need you to fill out or sign, or tax documents that we need, please get those to us in a timely manner. If we do not have those documents from you, then we cannot award your financial aid, and it's not going to be complete or finalized until we have all the documents that we need. So be aware, if our office requests documents from you, that you get those in to us as soon as you can. So why should you complete the FAFSA? So for our spring students that just finished this spring semester, 85% of those that submitted a FAFSA received some type of financial aid. And when I say financial aid, scholarships, grants, some type of financial assistance. For those students that did not submit a FAFSA, only 3% received financial assistance. So I obviously want you to be in that 85% boat and not in that 3% boat. So this is a good reason for you to submit the FAFSA, because there's a good likelihood that you will be eligible for some type of financial aid to help you. So what type of financial aid is available for you? So when you submit the FAFSA determines financial need. So based on that, there are some federal grants that you may be eligible for. The Pell Grant is for a full-time student, you can receive up to about $6,300 a year in grants. So you don't have to pay it back, it's free money. And you have to be an undergrad student working on your degree in order to be eligible for that. And also the FSEOG, which is another federal grant, you can receive up to $300 for that. Again, it's based on the results of the FAFSA, and it is first come, first served. So the sooner you apply for admission and the sooner you submit your FAFSA, the more likelihood that there will be funds available for you, because that money is limited. So we have the potential of running out of that federal grant. So some state grants, again, if you're a Virginia resident, there's the Commonwealth Grant. That's an award that can be awarded for your tuition and fees. You have to be enrolled at least 6 credit hours in order to be eligible for the Commonwealth Grant. All right, so you have to be enrolled at least half time. There's another state grant, the PTAP, the Part-Time Tuition Assistance Program. For that, you have to be enrolled 1 to 8 credit hours. So you can't be full-time in order to be eligible for that. But if you look at the screen, so the COMA covers 6 credits and more, and the part-time grant covers 1 to 8 credits. So regardless if you're taking 1 credit or if you're full-time, there is financial aid available for you. So again, you don't have to be full-time in order to be eligible for financial aid. So in addition to the federal and the state aid, there's also institutional aid. So we have a foundation that has money and offers grants and scholarships each year. So there's a website that you would apply for in order to be considered for a foundation scholarship. And again, I just put this slide on here just so you know that not only from the federal government and the state, but also the institution is here to support you and your college as well. We also offer loans. So loans are available to you if you are a student and submit the FAFSA. You can be eligible for a loan. There's no credit check. It's guaranteed loan. You fill out the paperwork and you receive the money. So that's also, if you need extra money for living expenses or things like that, this student loan is a good avenue to take care of that. So you can work while you're also in school. We offer part-time jobs on campus. So if you're interested in that, the average student works about 15 hours a week. Just to give you an idea, you get paid, like any regular job, you get paid. So it's a nice place to work and to go to school all at the same time, and that can help financially for you. So we have a net price calculator on our website. If you're thinking or considering how, you're wondering how much financial aid you may be eligible for, there's a calculator that you can go to. It takes no more than 30 seconds. It asks for a few questions, and then it will give you an estimate of what financial aid you will probably be eligible for when you attend CVCC. There's also a tuition payment plan. So if you have a balance that's due for the semester, but you cannot pay it all up front at one time, you can apply or fill out to go on to the monthly payment plan. That will spread your payments out to about 3 or 4 months. So that sometimes is a lot easier than just trying to come up with a full lump sum all at once. So question, can I use financial aid to purchase books and maybe even a laptop? And the answer is yes. You can use your financial aid to help with books and supplies. We have a bookstore on campus, and so we work with them closely and coordinate your financial aid. So the answer is yes. You can use financial aid for books and supplies and laptops and things that you need for your classes. So one final thing I want you to know, obviously things have changed. So when you submit your 2020-21 FAFSA for this upcoming fall, it's looking at 2018 income information. Obviously a lot of things have changed since 2018. So I just want you to know if there's been a family change since 2018, you know, mom has lost her job or dad's hours have been reduced at work, or you have lost a job, or, you know, you've been reduced in hours because of the coronavirus. We're available for you. There are some things that we can do. We can make adjustments to your FAFSA possibly. Hopefully the idea would be to get you more, you know, allow you to be eligible for more financial aid. But I just want you to know that that's one thing that we can make an adjustment on. So, you know, if you're in a hard position right now and you don't think you can afford it, let us help you. We're here to help you. All right. So this last slide is our contact information. I would encourage you to send us an email if you have any questions. If you would like a copy of this PowerPoint presentation, send us an email and we'll be glad to send this PowerPoint to you. Again, our financial aid email is financialaid@centralvirginia.edu. All right. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And
Ryan, I have a quick question for you.
Sure.
Can international students get any type of aid?
That's a good question. So international, I'm assuming that means non-US citizens. So you
F1 student for international.
Unfortunately, F1 students are not eligible for federal financial aid.
But there are scholarships that they can apply for, external scholarships that they can apply for.
Right.
Yeah, and I would encourage, you know, if it is an international student and you need help, send us an email. Email that financial aid email. There are some resources that we can send you, or some websites and links that we can send you of potential outside scholarships that you may be eligible for.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions at this time? All right, very good. So now I'm going to pass you on to Brittany Cochran, who is one of our college navigators, and she's going to go over the next step with you.
Thank you, Ryan. Hey, everyone. I'm one of the college navigators at CVCC, and my role is to work with you throughout your first year to help make sure that you are successful. So first, congratulations to all the high school seniors here that just graduated. I know senior year looked a little different for you, but still definitely something to celebrate, and we are excited for you. Even for those who didn't just graduate, congratulations on, you know, thinking about taking this next step. Maybe you're looking to transfer to pick up some college classes, or maybe it's your first time for college classes as well. So we have heard from Karen about the application, how to apply to CVCC. If you haven't already done that, that's one of the things that I can help you with. And then we just heard from Ryan about financial aid, same thing there. If you haven't already filled out your FAFSA, that's something I can help you with, or we have a staff in the financial aid office that you can work with if you have any questions. Once you have completed those, you are kind of now ready to make your class schedule and start working towards your degree program or certificate of study. So before you can go into some programs and classes, though, we must determine placement. So for the subjects of math and English, we typically have a placement test that you would do on campus that's proctored, or we would have come to any of the local high schools and issued this test. Since we're all working remotely, we have a couple other methods in place. Our first method we're going to try to go to for the recent high school graduates is using your GPA. So we want to get a hold of your high school transcripts, and we can look at your GPA, we can use SAT scores or ACT if you were able to take those, and we can multiple measure you into classes. And then if for some reason we're not able to use your high school transcript, we have a link to a practice test that we'll send you. We've got a couple other forms that we'll go over you with, and we also still review your transcripts, and basically we'll work with you to advise where you need to be placed at, determined on those measures. If you are if you're kind of maybe recently out of high school, we can also still refer back. So just get a copy of your transcripts like Karen had mentioned. But if you have been 5 years out of high school, then you actually meet requirements for our adult self-informed option, where you are kind of opting out of taking the placement test and you are self-placing yourself into a class. Of course, we're going to go over that with you first, because we don't want you putting yourself into a class that you may not be ready for, or a class that you don't even need for your degree program, okay? So once we determine placement with you, which the entire point of that is just, again, to make sure that you're in a class where your level is at. I don't want you in a class that you're struggling in, and I also don't want you in a class that, you know, you're way above the level. Then we're able to help you pick out your class schedule. Karen mentioned we're currently in the summer semester. We are all online for summer, and that's a mix of classes meeting just like this via Zoom or totally virtual. For the fall, we're still kind of watching everything day by day to make the best call. So just keep in touch for when we make an official fall notice, but we're hoping to be back on campus for the fall. But if not, same thing, we'll have our classes online, meeting virtually just like this through Zoom. We do have our fall schedule up. You can go search for classes. You'll see all the class times posted and the locations. So whatever times you're picking, that means you'll meet most likely online during that time. So that's part of what I'm here to help you with, is if you're looking for kind of a mix of classes that are meeting in person or maybe online during a certain time, or if you're looking for more just total virtual online classes that don't meet during a designated time, we will help you make your class schedule. So I think now we have a poll for you guys to figure out what programs of study you're interested in, what career paths you guys want, and then you will hear from one of our academic counselors, Mark Zacola.
Thank you. All right, y'all, it's time now for the engagement piece to be able to figure out what kind of program you're interested in. So I'm going to launch this poll and give you just a little bit of time to be able to figure out what program it is that you're wanting to go into here at CVCC. All right, I'm going to end the polling and I'm going to show you the results. So the results show that we have 2 that want to go into a transfer degree, maybe general studies, education, business administration, or liberal arts. 1 that wants to do a transfer in either science or engineering. 1 for administration of justice or criminal justice. 1 for EMT or paramedic. 1 for the allied health. And then 3 for actually welding or machine tool. And 1 for information systems technology. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. This is going to help Mark when he goes in to talk to you a little bit about both sides, the transfer and the non-transfer side. So Mark, I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Kimberly. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Our slogan here at Central Virginia Community College is "Where your future begins." And it's more than just a bunch of words. Whatever your goal, your vision, your dream, call it what you will, you can do whatever you set your mind to right here. It begins today. It begins at CVCC. Most times students have two road choices on their academic journey: academic transfer or academic technical, where they want to enter the workforce sooner rather than later and start earning those big bucks. So I've got a story at the end of this presentation on earning big bucks, entering the workforce directly. But we're going to talk about academic transfer for a moment. So if you were to go straight to that four-year institution, you would be required to take your Englishes and your maths, your history, lab sciences, speech, on and on. Your option is to join us here at CVCC and take those courses at a significant savings, leaving you with more funds for your academic journey as you get closer to the finish line. Four-year institutions love students that secure that associate's degree. It proves that you can set a goal and achieve it. It shows that you already know how to study, you're disciplined, you know about sacrifice. You've done it for 2 years, you can do it for another 2. So there's significant benefits for securing that associate's degree. One of which is the guaranteed admission agreement, which essentially is a contract between the Virginia Community College System and schools throughout the Commonwealth, public and private alike, where if you fulfill all of the steps in that contract, you are guaranteed a seat at that school of choice. That's a pretty nice perk. You don't have to worry about, oh, I wonder how many people applied to this school or that school this semester. Your seat is reserved with your name on it. If your name isn't on it, let me know. I'll come and meet you there and I'll take a crayon and I'll put it on that seat. Anyway, before I get too carried away. So we're registering right now, as a few folks have mentioned. So if this spurs you on, our open session this evening, and you are thinking, yeah, makes good sense to attend CVCC and then transfer, you don't need to delay. We're registering right now. You can call us tomorrow, you can call us the next day, you can call us next week, but there's no reason to wait. Okay, so technical side of things. So some of you, maybe school, you know it's important, it's required, but you know, I like to work with my hands. I want to get into that workforce. I want to secure a competency, a skill, a trade, and I want to make those bucks. So for those of you, we've got our programs in allied health, be it medical, med lab technology, radiology, respiratory therapy. You can secure prerequisites for nursing programs in our area, criminal justice, administration of justice, welding, mechatronics, etc. With these programs, every day you step into that classroom, you are auditioning for a job. Are you on time? Do you show up? Are you prepared when you come to class? Have you read the required work? When you turn in a project, is it the very best you can do? Are you showing your professor, your instructor, your talents and your skills to the best of your ability? Because we've got wonderful relationships with area industry. And area industry relies heavily on CVCC to produce a skilled and competent workforce. And you can do that right here. So here's my story on entering the workforce. We'll call this student Gloria, and she already had a career and she enjoyed it, but for one reason or another, it was no longer an option. she needed to find another career option. She needed another money source for herself and her family. We sat down and we looked over the programs that we offered. I do not sell used cars. This is what the student is interested in, what they think they would be good at, what they would like. We don't want you in a program that you're not going to be happy in. So again, it's going to be your choice. We're here to present options to you. And Gloria, after going through the programs and speaking of them at length, decided on machine tool and quality. So she was going to be working with machinists, but she was going to handle the inspection part of things. She was going to be in that quality control sector where after those products have been manufactured, she's making sure those parts are to specifications. And that's a very critical job. And you've got to have a keen attention to detail and be quite bright in order to hold that position. So she was excited about this. And she was like a little kid in a candy store after that, her first week of classes. She was just so excited she couldn't believe what a perfect fit this was for her. Gloria was just happy to come to class every day, gave it her all. And at the end of 2 years, machine tool and quality, she earned a position with a highly regarded company in the area, making 6 figures. Okay, a 2-year associate's degree, making 6 figures, which, and keep in mind, I am underpaid. I don't make 6 figures. So 2 years, 6 figures, and we were all so happy for her that she was able to reach her goal and to continue to provide very well for herself and her family. And that can be any one of you, because CVCC is where your future begins. Now, sometimes I like to encourage students, if you like what you hear this evening, please don't keep it a secret. Just because we're advising, registering students remotely doesn't mean, oh, we're not open for business. We are here Monday through Friday to serve you. So please let your friends know, family members, loved ones, let them know about CVCC to at least explore the opportunities that we've got here. So before we go on to learn about activities that you can get involved in here at the community college, we're going to send it back to Kimberly for a yummy poll.
Thank you, Mark. Okay, so this is a fun type of poll. We want to find out, and then I'll tell you why we're asking this question. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
We got some interesting choices tonight. All right.
All right, so we've got most of everybody. So I'm going to end the poll and I'm going to share the results with you. All right, so chocolate and mint chocolate chip were the top 2 tonight, which mint chocolate chip is my favorite. So those of you who like it, good job. Vanilla, we had 1. Cookies and cream, we had 2. Moose tracks 1, and then birthday cake is 1. So a wide variety of different flavors for us tonight. So thank you so much for doing that. And the reason we are asking that question is because our next presenter, Deanne McDaniel, who's our student activities coordinator, she's going to explain to you a little bit about what we do with that. Go ahead, Deanne.
Thank you, Kim. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. And we're glad to have you here tonight. as you've heard from all of our colleagues and my colleagues, I'm sure that each one of us has our own personal story about attending a community college. I know I was one of the few students who, and I'm going to show my age here, was part of the dual enrollment idea when it first started. I was part of that experiment many years ago. So like I said, we all have our community college stories here. And I can tell of many who have come through, graduated, and have gone on to do great things. But something that we all probably have in common as well as when we were at our college, whether it was we stayed at community college or transferred, we all got involved. And so that's kind of what I want to talk to you about this evening. So you've heard about the academic piece of it. So there's also another piece of learning that you have, and that's your non-academic learning. And what that entails is that it's where you gain your personal and some professional skills through your involvement in activities. Some things that I provide as in student activities is we have leadership opportunities. As we said, which is definitely a way to get involved with not only just activities, but also with the community. It's definitely a way to make new friends. You can develop relationships, and then you get to explore new interests. And then we also have some volunteer opportunities, because I know that a lot of times that's something that students need when they transfer. So some activities that fall under there and things that you can get involved with are definitely first and foremost our student clubs and organizations. We have several of them on campus, but some that we like to highlight are Crew, our Games Club, which I know there's probably a lot of gamers in this group, our Student Veterans Organization. We have 2 program-specific clubs, and that's for our radiology and respiratory program. And then we also have Phi Theta Kappa, which is our honor society. I'm also the advisor for the Student Government Association, very similar to what you guys have probably experienced in high school. We have the same here at CVCC, and we always have a variety of students get involved in that. Another opportunity that we have is with Kimberly French and Brittany Cochran, who are the advisors for our Student Ambassadors program. It's another leadership opportunity that you have on campus, but it's a little bit different where you get to get involved in more in representing the college. You get to do tours, you get to go out with Michelle Fletcher, who is our recruiter, to visit. Probably you've seen her at your high school at one point in time throughout the last several years. And you get to do other recruitment activities and fun things on campus, as well as also collaborate with our SGA. Now, why Kim asked about the ice cream is because also as part of my job, I get to do a little bit of fun things throughout the semester to kind of help you relieve stress and again, do that out of class activities. So behind me, you'll see there are 2 virtual reality machines, and those are some of the things that we've brought in over the years for enjoyment for the students. We also like to kick off the semester with a picnic, which is why we asked about the ice cream, because that's one of our popular dessert items that we have is to have ice cream, and we try to always have a good variety. We also end the school year with a picnic as well. We want to bring you in celebrating you, and we want to send you off celebrating you. Then also, like I said, we do the virtual reality machines. We also do Halloween costume contest. We'll go on activities. We'll go to conferences. So a lot of fun things like that. But also something I've had to do in changing since we've been thrown online is to come up with unique ways to do activities. So being online, I found several things that I didn't know existed out there, and I've been able to connect with students different ways. So we've been using an app called House Party. I'm sure many of you are probably a part of that. And we've gotten together on there. I've learned about Discord, and I've been getting into playing games online with some of the students and getting very good at some of them that I've seen them play numerous times on campus. Now I'm getting to play with them virtually while I'm at home. And then we also do card games and board games and Netflix parties and things like that. So although we've been online in this virtual world, we're still interacting with one another and providing those activities and out of class time. So just to help relieve the stress, because right now I'm sure all of us have a lot of stress going on trying to figure things out. So we want to make sure that you're learning, but also having that fun activity time too while you're here. So those are some of the many things that you can do while you're here on campus. When you come to CVCC, if you don't see a club or an organization that is of interest to you and you'd like to start one, you can come talk to me or any one of my colleagues, and we can help you get on the right path to building that club. So I want to thank you for joining us this evening. And like we've all said, and my colleagues have said, we are all here to help you succeed. So although I may do fun and activities, I'm also a good resource for you. If I don't know the answer, I'll definitely get it for you. So please definitely use me for a resource. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. And I'm going to pass you back to Kimberly French, who's going to slowly wrap this up. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Deanne. I did post in the chat feature, just so you know, all of our contact information. So if you need to reach out to any of us, please feel free to do that. And at the very bottom of it, I put the main number in for the academic counseling. So if you want to make an appointment with a counselor, feel free to call that number, or either go on to our Navigate page and then you can make an appointment with one of our counselors there. So feel free to do that, because we are available to help you get started and to be able to get you enrolled in your classes. I do want to go ahead and open it up for anybody that has any questions. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to either put it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and go ahead and ask the questions for the group.
Come on. We know you have something. We'll just start asking you guys questions. All right, so I have a question for the group. Can anybody you can either unmute yourself or you can write it in the chat bar. What is CVCC's mascot? And Donna's mouthing it, I think. What is CVCC's mascot? Anybody know?
Connor knew it, a cougar.
Good job, Connor. Now, I know nobody's going to get this. Does anybody know the name of the CVCC cougar? It's very important.
Freddie and Donna.
We got the die-hard Freddie crowd, man.
It is not Freddie, by the way, y'all.
It is not Freddie. It is not. Much to Donna's chagrin, it is not Freddie. Brittany, what's our cougar's name?
I want to see if any of the students have been watching our social media pages.
Well,
Good
no.
guess, Trey. Good guess.
We got a Jeffrey. That's not a bad name. It's not the name though.
It does start with a C.
It does. All right, Brittany, bring it home.
Calvin. Is it Calvin?
Calvin the cougar. Yes. So.
You guys will have to go check out the pictures of him.
Oh, he's got. Oh, wait a minute. I might even be able.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know. See, you made me do it. So let's see if I can find a virtual background with our friend Calvin. Let's see. There's one. How about this? Let's see. Hi, Calvin. He's got the big C on his on his shirt there. So, well. So what else do we have, Kimberly? Do we have a final poll?
One last quick poll for you. I'm gonna launch it. And again, remember, these are anonymous. I do not know who's answering these, but please answer and let us know how we did for you today. Did you find it helpful? Was it worth your time? And also, did you learn anything new or any opportunities about CVCC?
Kimberly, while they're filling out the poll, can I ask a question to our audience?
Sure.
I am just curious if any of them would like to share the reason why they joined tonight's call. You know, was there a specific question that they were wanting answered? I'm just curious why they're on the call tonight.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's good, Ryan. Thanks. Yeah, appreciate that. We're always curious.
So I'm gonna share the results, and then I want to hear the answers for that for Ryan too. So thank y'all. It does look like we were able to answer your question tonight, and you did gain something. So thank you for sharing that with us. And I'm gonna unmute everyone, so you have a chance to answer the questions.
Yeah, you. So for those of you that said you learned something new, what did you learn tonight?
All right. It's not on mute. No.
I've learned what all CVCC has offered to like different students
Yeah.
and how big of a program that it actually is.
Yeah. Well, good. Thank you. Anybody else? What else did you guys learn tonight?
Or what did you want to learn that you came on for that you want to learn?
Yeah. What were you curious about? There's some folks. Sounds like somebody wants to say something.
Well, since it's quiet, I'm going to answer A. Goodwin's question about the different requirements for dual enrolled student. Yes, there is different, it's actually a two-tiered way to get enrolled. So if you send your high school transcripts, have your guidance counselor send them to me. I can let you know what you qualify for.
Good question. Okay, going once on the questions. Going twice. All right. Well, we've got a shy group tonight. Well, really, on behalf of everyone here, we're so thankful that you came tonight, and we do hope that you learned a little something about our school. You know, our vice president says all the time, and if you were all here in person, she would tell you as well. She says when you come once as a guest, and then the next time you're family. So you guys are all part of the CVCC family now, and we're really appreciative. I also want to give a special thanks to the folks on our panel tonight, to Brittany and Mark and Ryan and Karen and Donna and Deanne and Kimberly. We really appreciate what you do for us, and so yeah. So, well, if that's all for everyone, I also want to let you know that we do this twice a week, and I think. Is this the last week that we're going to be doing this twice a week, and then we move to every Tuesday night? Is that how we're going to do it?
It will be every Tuesday night, and then starting in June, if you go online to our homepage, you're going to be able to see all the different technical programs that are going to be highlighted for you. So we will be highlighting each of the technical programs every Wednesday and Friday from 2:30 to 3. So check out the different ones. If there's a certain technical program you're interested in, make sure you go online, look at those technical programs, and register for the one that you want to go to so you can get the link, because it is important to be able to get to hear from the actual experts who are speaking about it, because they know their program better than anyone else. So it's good to hear it from them. So check it out.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good. So well, once again, we're really glad that you all came tonight. Trey is asking, will it be the same information every Tuesday? Well, what we do on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, and for tonight we highlighted student activities. We will usually bring in, and we'll continue to do this on our Tuesday evenings. We will bring in someone to talk about a special program at the college. So yeah, you'll hear a lot about financial aid and admissions and advisements, but we also try to include with each session something new. So you can.
Thursday will be Mickey Page from Great Expectations.
Oh, yeah,
He will be here Thursday from 4 to 5. So anybody that's been in foster care, make sure to check out and hear Mickey talk, because he has some really good information on Thursday.
Yeah. So, and you guys will all get an invitation as well, just like you did today. So, so be on the lookout for that. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful evening. It's great to have met you and to see you. And we hope you have a wonderful summer. And we hope that you'll be with us for the fall semester.
I appreciate it. You too.
Thank y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.